Greetings and welcome to the channel. The microphone topic is very popular nowadays, especially since everyone started moving to remote learning, others started self-expression as media personalities and other areas where you need a microphone. There are a lot of microphone reviews, but you rarely find a decent comparison of several completely different brands in one video. In this video, I will compare condenser USB microphones of the Fifine lineup. I tell about the model range and its differences, as well as compare with such condenser microphones as Samson Meteor Mic, Kingston HyperX QuadCast, and the legendary BM800 XLR microphone in conjunction with the audio interface Focusrite Scarlett Solo of the 3rd generation. Make yourself comfortable and enjoy watching. First of all, there are two types of microphones, condenser and dynamic, as well as two types of connection, USB and XLR. Which one to choose, what is the difference, let's get into it in a nutshell. The dynamic ones allow you to record sound covering a large area in front of you as well as a large area of sound behind you. They are more suitable for podcasting or just recording vocals. There won't be any of those in this review. If you would like to see a review of dynamic mics, be sure to write about it in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Condenser microphones record sound only from the front and you have very low sensitivity, which is perfect for recording lessons, gameplay, streaming, etc., as keyboard sounds and background noise will be less noticeable. If you want a simple plug-and-play microphone, then a better choice is a microphone with a built-in sound card, a USB microphone. It requires no additional equipment and is very easy to use, but its main disadvantage is that there are no way for further improvement. These are the Fifine, Samson and Kingston microphones presented in our review. A more expensive and functional solution would be to use XLR-type microphones. It is a comprehensive option that allows you to always improve the sound quality, connect amplifiers, mixers, recorders, sound cards, and other equipment to work with sound. XLR microphones are used by professionals recording studios, but this option is definitely not for beginners, and the cost of an acceptable starter kit with a budget sound card and a microphone will start at $70, but professional kits go over several $1,000s and fly to the sky. In our review, for comparison, we'll use the well-known budget XLR microphone BM800 in conjunction with the Focusrite Scarlett Solo 3rd generation sound card. Fifine condenser microphones have a wide range of models. They all sound more or less the same. Almost the entire line has a physical analog microphone sensitivity control. The main difference from each other is the price, equipment and options, which we will now explore. The model K669, the youngest and cheapest in the Fifine microphones. The main disadvantage of this model is a non-removable connection cable. At the same time, the length of the cable is 180 centimeters. The quality is pretty fine. The complete set of this microphone consists of a thick white cardboard box with documentation of the microphone itself, and a metal stand with 3 rubberized feet that exclude the possibility of any unwanted slippage on the table. Also, there is a K669B model that has a removable cable. The model labeled T669 has additional equipment in the form of an arm stand, shock mount, and a pop filter. If you don't have any of the above, buying a Fifine T669 will be a great deal. For $55, you get a complete kit with absolutely nothing extra required. On the other hand, if you already have an arm stand from your old microphone, or you do not have money for this kit, it will be enough to buy a microphone with a K index, and if necessary to buy separately all these components, assembling your personal config. Sometimes this method can even save some more money, or you can buy a more expensive arm stand, which will hide the wire from the microphone. In the description of this video, I will attach links to some similar accessories. Despite their small size, the Fifine mics are quite weighty on their own. The entire body is made entirely of metal. They look expensive, with a coating that looks like soft touch type material. The K670 for $45 and the K678, and by pressing the mute button you can instantly mute the microphone, which is color coded on the LED indicator located on the microphone's body. It is also worth mentioning that the K678 has a different design which is reminiscent of the Blue Yeti series microphones, as well as, according to the proclaimed specification and user feedback, gives a better record sound, but do not expect a cosmic increase in quality. Nevertheless, this model can be considered a flagship among the Fifine condenser USB microphones, with the corresponding price of $72. In fact, the Fifine range of microphones is quite large. For example, you can buy Fifine Ampli Game, which has a backlight like Kingston HyperX QuadCast, and a lot of other models. If you are interested in a particular model, be sure to write in the comments what microphone would you like to see in the review and what it can be compared with. I think that's enough talk about the Fifine microphone. Let's move to the next Samson Meteor Mic. The main feature of Samson Meteor Mic is its vintage design. When folded, it is a small chrome capsule weighing 260 grams. At the front of the mic, there is an analog sensitivity control and an on-off button in the center. Above, there is a microphone status indicator, also an overload indicator. The mic has a removable wire connection. On the back side, there is also a headphone input to monitor sound during recording. To install the microphone, you can use the arm stand or 3 folding legs with rubber pads. The feed, by the way, is more likely to be the main way of using this microphone. Now let's do a quick review of the Kingston HyperX QuadCast microphone. A very popular microphone for streaming and podcasts, but can be used for everything up to recording music with vocals and ASMR content. Based on the QuadCast name, this microphone has 4 directionality options. Cardioid, sound only from the front side, similar to all the other microphones in our review. Stereo, which is used by fans of ASMR. Omnidirectional for recording everything around you in 360. And bidirectional to record 2 people for a podcast, for example. All of this is accomplished with 3 14mm capsules. The mode is switched by an analog switch on the back of the microphone. Also, there is a 3.5mm headphone jack for monitoring sound and a USB port at the bottom. An analog sensitivity control is at the very bottom. And the very top, there is a touch button to mute the microphone and the backlighting at the same time. The design of the microphone is nice, but its large size is embarrassing. Also, I'm disappointed by the lack of opportunities to turn off the backlight separately. This was fixed in the newer QuadCast S model. The kit includes the microphone itself, a USB wire, a massive stand with a shock mount, and an adapter for its installing to an arm stand. This microphone ranges in price from $130 to $170. I don't know what else to tell you about this mic. The sound test can be heard right after the review of the next BM800 microphone. The BM800 can be called legendary because of its popularity, which it has received due to the ratio of price and sound quality. Its price is about $13, on sales you can easily get it for $9. The package includes the microphone, an XLR jack, 3.5 wire about 2.5 meters long, and probably the seller will give you a foam pop filter, the worst solution of all pop filters. The package of this microphone depends on the seller, but for an additional fee, you can buy a microphone with a table tripod and a shock mount. Such a set will cost you about $15. The mic requires additional power to work properly, but you can connect it without phantom power directly to a computer or laptop. This type of connection sound from the microphone is very quiet, but also suffers a lot of sound quality and there are background noises. The microphone itself has no additional indicators, analog controls, buttons, etc. Nothing, but it is possible to realize all this with a separate sound card. In our case, we used Focusrite Scarlett Solo of the 3rd generation. This sound card costs about $165. We won't make a review about the sound card because we are talking about microphones, but if you're interested in a cheaper alternative for Scarlett Solo, you can look for Behringer UM2 or UMC22, which will cost you about $55–70, but unfortunately we don't have them for testing. The technical characteristics of each microphone were displayed on your screens during the review. I think these figures are very relative and do not reflect the actual quality of recording, and voicing these characteristics would just greatly stretch the timing of the video without giving a real impression of the sound quality of the microphones themselves. And we're off to the most interesting and most important part of our comparison review: microphone testing. The test will rely on voice recording at a distance of about 20 centimeters from the microphone. In the beginning, we will start with no background noise in the room. Then we will add some background noise in form of music from the phone at the other end of the room. We'll show you the result without processing and with processing, and then we will make a conclusion. The test takes place in a quite large room which has no foam rubber or enough furniture to suppress possible echoes. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Fifine K669. Without processing. Of all microphones, this one showed the best sound recording even without processing. Very well balanced frequencies, giving the voice a natural and pleasant sound. Also, there is a little white noise in the background, but its level is minimal, and in a well-isolated room it will be almost imperceptible. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. We used minimal number of effects to make it sound good, just normalization and equalization of sound volume plus noise removal. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Even with correct microphone setup with a sound guard, this microphone gave the most unsatisfying results. A low bass in the recording, so it seemed that the sound of voice is flat, plastic, also there is a white noise. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Adjusted low, middle and high frequencies for a more pleasant sound, performed noise removal, and this is the result.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
The record has a pretty good sound, the voice has a good balance of frequencies, there is no excessive bass or treble, there is a certain level of white noise.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Processing. I had to apply minimal processing to this microphone because the sound was good enough in the original recording. Because of the volume control, which was set in the middle, I had to use normalization of the overall volume and remove unnecessary noise. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Compared to Fifine and Kingston, Samson had the lowest level of low-frequency voice recording. The microphone also gives some thought of echo effects on the recording, which is more obvious than with previous mics. A certain level of white noise is present. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. During the processing, we used a normalization of the volume level, adjusted frequencies, in particular added low, removed noise and removed the effect of reverberation. Conclusions. All of you can judge the quality of the microphones based on the conducted test, but I would like to share my personal opinion, and if you do not agree with it, be sure to write in the comments. BM800. In general, with the help of processing can be achieved a good recording sound using the mess of filters and methods of processing. But unfortunately, it would be difficult to conduct live broadcast without the use of instantaneous processing. As a verdict, I would not advise using this microphone. If you need a professional setup with an XLR microphone, it is worth looking at the Rode NT1A. And in conjunction with a sound card, it will cost around $500. Fifine. Good sound, and you can achieve the perfect balance of recording volume to the level of recording noise only by using the volume control on the body of the microphone itself. The original showed the best recording quality. Given the cost of the microphone about $30, I consider it clearly the best microphone in terms of price to quality, and buying the microphone K669, you can get even better quality, as well as bonuses in the form of a sound monitoring and regulation, analog button, quick disconnect microphone, and other things. Kingston conclusion. Really cool microphone with good sound even without post-processing. Its main advantage would be the large number of directional options, which cannot boast any other microphone in our review. As for the large size of this microphone, for some this may be a disadvantage. Also, with considering the cost of around $150. Samsung conclusion. Relatively good recording quality in the original, and with a little processing you can easily improve the sound. The microphone is worth your attention, especially if you like its style. Not a bad option. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this comparative review, be sure to subscribe to the channel, it will only get better and more interesting. Good luck, and see you next time. Bye bye.